Okay, so the top five this week. Top five dog things. This is in honor of I just got a new puppy, a golden retriever, Voltaire.
Hope he shits in your bed.
Hasn't shit. He pissed once, but
That's gonna be like, how old is he?
He's 7 weeks old yesterday.
Yeah, that's gonna be for like the next 5 weeks at least. Until you
So-
hit him one good time and he's like, oh, I shouldn't do that. Got it.
I just got a puppy. Alex, you have 3 dogs.
I got 3 heathens myself. Yes.
So what better thing to do? Top 5 dogs things. Everybody loves dogs. There's so many things to love about them.
I think this week's graphic is just gonna be our dogs.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I have first pick in top 5 dog things. Is that correct?
First pick
after
in top
your
dog
beach
things.
vacation last week.
What is your favorite dog thing, bro?
So my favorite dog thing. This is actually my guest pick too. Number 1 pick. Clara, my beautiful girlfriend.
How long y'all been together?
Almost a year.
All right. Continue. That'll become relevant soon.
She gave me such a good idea. It was gonna. I had it as an idea once she said it to me and I heard it out loud. It had to be my first pick.
Ooh, that's a good thing. Hearing things out loud.
Hearing things out
definitely
loud.
Solidify.
So great
Or
pick by
crush.
my beautiful girlfriend Clara, and that pick is the number 1 thing about dogs. They're your best friend, man's best friend.
Yep.
You love them. They love you. They're here to please you. I mean, literally, you instantly get a dog, and within like 6 hours, y'all are best friends.
Yeah.
And it's like no matter what kind of dog, no matter how old.
That's my point. So you and Claire have been together for about a year, almost a year. It took the dog 6 hours to replace you.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
You're
And
gone.
I'm not even mad
Look
about
at your hat, golden retriever hat, just like that. You're a dog guy again.
it. I'm not even mad about it. I love it.
Rest
He's
in
my
peace,
best
Bruno.
friend. He's Claire's best friend. I'm sure your dogs are your best friend.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Dogs are awesome. They're best friends.
That's a great first pick.
Everybody knows dogs are man's best friends. So shout out Clara, great pick.
That is a great pick. It's a first pick for sure. It's one of the things that's why dogs were domesticated. They figure out that they can be good working things.
I saw something
and
even
also they can be
they
good
found
companions.
footprints from like 30,000-year-old humans, a child footprints with dogs in a cave somewhere. So it's like been pretty much since humans are a thing,
Let's go.
they've had dogs.
So we're smart enough to know that they're good boys.
Yes.
All right.
Very good boys.
All right, so my number 1, it's got to go. It's kind of similar, or not similar, but it runs the same lines as best friend. I see this with my dogs all the time. My number 1 is the unconditional love that they bring you.
Yes, that's a good one. I had that one.
You know, dogs love you no matter what. Like Christian said, it takes like 6 minutes to get that, 6 hours to get that attachment. And I'm pretty sure they love you more than you love them.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, they're so excited to see you. And, I mean, I can be sitting in my garage or I can come home from work, and the reaction when I walk
Pretty sure I
inside
heard
is
your
the
dogs
same.
crying right now outside that door just because they want to see you so bad.
Right, and I'm home. And they're like, hey, I love this guy. I need him. My wife doesn't love me that much.
Nobody's wife loves them that much.
Right, so the unconditional love.
Nobody loves anything as much as a dog
Loves their
you,
human.
their owner.
Right. So that's what the unconditional love is. That, I think, is like, it's a power thing. That's why dogs are alive for as long as they are, because if they don't have the love, I think they die a lot sooner. So that is my number 1.
It's a smart thing by dogs. If you can't be top of the food chain,
Be
the best friends and love what is top of the food chain. And that's what they've done. And now they're like the number 2 animal in the
Yeah,
world.
they're like above lions somehow.
Yeah, because they're like, yeah, I get to stay inside.
Yeah, and y'all are hot, so gotcha. My second favorite thing about dogs, my dogs especially, is the loyalty.
Very loyal.
You
Dogs
know,
are very loyal.
I have 2 doodles, 2 like created in a lab doodles that shouldn't exist, and then I have 1 blue healer, which she is a rocket of energy as you'd expect, but all 3 of them are loyal to a fault. If they see somebody out the window, they are barking at them. They are trying to protect me, my wife, and my kids. It's what dogs were kind of made for, is their loyalty, or at least one big component.
Yes, I agree.
of
I
that.
mean, they'll
They're pack
die for you.
animals.
They'll die for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Pack animals, they'll die for you. They'll attack things. They'll try to protect you. It's great. Some of them won't, sure, but the large majority have that characteristic in them. What do you have for your number 2 pick?
So that was a good number 2 pick. I'll give you the credit for that one.
Thank you, thank you. I'm trying this time.
My number 2 pick is their humor. Dogs are some of the funniest animals on earth. They're funnier than most humans.
What is the funniest joke a dog's ever told you?
Just by their look on their face,
Oh, okay.
the way they turn their head, the things they do. They're just so dumb and so funny. I mean, it can't get any better than that.
It's clear Clara didn't come up with this pick. That's fine. It's
Dogs
fine.
are funny.
No, they are funny. You're right.
They're funny. They sniff their butts. They chase their tails.
That is pretty cute.
It's
But I will say, it's only cute when they're little bitty puppies.
That's funny when a big dog chases their tail. When he does something
It's
dumb.
They can be funny.
That little head turn, that's so funny.
Damn. Yeah, the head turn.
The
is
head
cute.
turn's funny.
The head turn's cute. I'll give you that. That is a good one.
So dogs are the funniest animals on earth, besides humans. Even, as I said, a lot of them are funnier than humans.
Yeah.
Not the funniest humans, but
They're definitely funnier than Trinity Carter.
sure. So dog. Is that the girl that hurt our girl Caitlin Clark?
Yeah.
I agree with that.
There's a video playing on the desktop right now, and it's just her talking shit. I'm like, I hate this lady.
All right, so that's my number 2 pick, their humor. My number 3 pick,
Dog sense of humor is the best. They get all my jokes.
they do. They laugh. My number 3 pick is
When you said humor, the only thing I think about was that bulldog with his head upside down smiling and his balls
Yeah.
with the sunglasses on
it's
it.
funny,
He didn't make that joke, though, Christian.
but he kind of did.
In case you didn't notice.
Their joke couldn't have been there without him.
Without the Squidward.
Yes.
All
So
right,
my number 3 pick. This is a little off the beaten trail. We talked about how they're so loyal to you. I talked about how they're funny.
Yeah.
Talked about how they love you and they're your best friends. Dogs can do something most animals can't do. These motherfuckers can work. They can
Yeah.
be police dogs. They can sniff bombs. They can be therapy dogs. They can do a lot of different things that you don't think of.
Hang on.
So dogs can actually work.
Do you know how
They're
they get 'em?
useful.
Do you know they have? This may be a rumor. I'm not sure, but I'm going to say it out loud, and it's going to go on the internet for everybody to hear. You know how they get dogs to like become drug sniffing dogs?
How's that?
I'm pretty sure they give them some of the drugs.
I don't think they do.
I'm
Pretty sure they let them sniff the drugs and then give them a treat.
give
And
them the
they're like, "Hey."
drug. They give them the drug, and they're like, the dog's like, damn, that drug's so
When I was
good.
on a flight recently,
The drug is so good. He's like, damn, let me go find some more. And now he's on a life path forever.
when I was
hunting more drugs.
on a flight recently, or waiting in the airport for a flight, they were in the Houston airport. They were training a bomb sniffing dog.
Did you get scared?
No, because I knew he was a trainer. Because they weren't actually training the dog. They were training the handler how to do the dog.
How to handle the dog?
Yes, how to handle the dog and how to properly get him to sniff the right things.
That's pretty
But
cool.
it was just interesting, and it's just goes to show you, dogs can do it all. They have such a wide range where they can make you laugh. They do love you, but when it comes down to brass tacks, they do something most animals can't do, and that's work. They can work for a living. So dogs working, that's my number 3 pick.
Give them thumbs, they'll rule the world, huh?
They would. What's your number 3 pick?
Already back to me, huh? Those are good. Those are good picks. Man, I gotta go with the Zoomies for my number 3 pick. There's a certain point in the day that every dog experiences. They get the biggest burst of energy and they have to let it out, inside or out. Sprinting around the house, jumping. They're.
I do love it.
The Zoomies are my personal favorite part of the day. Like we said, I have 3 dogs, so seeing the Zoomies inside my house at 8:30 p.m., 9 p.m.
And that just goes back to the funny. They're so funny when they do that.
I didn't say it was a bad pick. I was just making humor with your
I'm
humor.
not saying you did. I'm just emphasizing
What are
my
you
pick.
fussing about, man? Who hurt you?
Emphasizing my pick. I love the Zoomies. It's very funny.
Yeah,
It's like a dog telling a joke.
Yeah. Well, I'm laughing. Well, it's good. The Zoomies are great. They have to let it all out. That's pretty much all it is. After that, my number 4 pick, I'm going to go with Fetch. It's a dual-purpose thing. It's a stress reliever for the human, but also it's an energy release for the dog.
I do love it,
It's
but
play and it's work. One of my 3 dogs really loves it.
I was gonna
One of
say
them kind of loves it, and one of them doesn't.
I love it, but most dogs don't play it right. They don't bring it back to you.
See, I have the odds in my favor. I have enough dogs to where
One of them's gonna play
one of
fetch.
them's bound to bring it to me eventually. So if I just stand around, throw it,
You're
I'll
gonna
get
get
it
the ball
back.
back.
Or at least 1 or 2 steps away.
I get that.
But playing fetch, like for the humans, like I said, it's a good stress relief. It gives us, that kind of connection where the dog like is pleased doing something for us. It kind of brings that loyalty, firms up the connection. It shows the love on both sides. I think playing fetch is a really good, just kind of honest, fun thing that goes across all ages and everybody loves it about dogs.
It's a good
Can't play fetch with a cat.
Can't.
Well, you may be able to, but I'm not gonna.
Very rare.
Yeah.
It's a special cat.
Fuck a
if it
cat.
is.
You ain't gonna see top 5 cat things on this podcast.
No way.
What you got is your
So my number 4
fourth
is
pick, sir.
one of the most famous dogs, at least in America.
Oh, you're going with a dog.
with a dog.
Top dog.
I said I got a golden retriever recently. This is a famous golden retriever. One of the most famous.
Oh, I didn't even think of him.
Air Bud, my number 4 pick. Air Bud can play sports. He beats kids. He ends sporting careers. He's a good dog. He can make baskets. He can play basketball. He can play football. He can play soccer. He can probably play hockey and track. They probably have those movies
They
too.
do. They definitely have a hockey movie. And dogs can run, so why would he not be able to do track?
That should be the one he
fucking
can
idiot.
do now. Yeah.
That should have been the premise of the first movie. I will say
Air
about
Bud running a
Air Bud,
100-meter dash.
that is the first movie I can remember crying.
It's
to
such a
when I
good
was
movie.
kid. I was like
And
5
that
or 6
random
years
guy
old.
just hates him.
Yeah, it's like, why are you just
Why are you mad at a
He's a
1-year-old
dog.
golden retriever?
a clown dog? His job was a clown. Hence, the dog had a job. He was working,
Yeah. Another dog that works.
and the kid loved him. This whole top 5 is just Air Bud. No, that's a great pick.
Yeah, so my number 4, he's one of, at least American-wise, Air Bud is like built into the culture. Where like everybody knows Air Bud, everybody loves Air Bud. He can play sports and he's a dog. What's not to love? And he's sweet. So Air Bud,
Yeah.
my number 4 pick.
Maybe pooping in the house is not to love if he did that.
I
But if he
doubt-
can play,
if you can make a basket, if you can swish, you're not
you can
shitting
line
on the
up
floor.
If you can line up not, if you can line up.
If he's
less
not going
offsides,
offsides, yeah.
If you're less offsides than Kadarius Toney as a dog, you can shit in my house.
If he can hit a home run, if he can
was
time
he
it,
hitting home runs?
I'm sure he was.
He was hitting My boy was hitting dingers.
I'm sure he was.
All right.
If he can time the swing of the bat, he's not shitting in the house.
Is your 5th pick just Air Bud's puppies?
I wish. If I would have thought of that, yes. My 5th pick, though, it's going to be dog memes.
Ooh.
There's a bunch of good dog memes. There's the side-eye dog. That's like,
Yeah, I like it.
there's the Dogecoin dog.
There's the video of the dog with the green screen where it's like the panicked.
Yeah, the panic dog, and they're looking at each other.
They're like, oh shit, something's happening.
There's the one with the big eyes. That's like, they zoom in. It's like the black lab. Dog memes are funny. It goes just back to how funny dogs are. Their
Yeah.
expressions and everything are just the funniest thing.
I like how you got in 2 dog humor things. You somehow orchestrated that dogs have humor 2 different ways in this top 5. But I appreciate
So
it.
dog memes, my number 5.
That's a good pick. My number 5, I was hoping you wouldn't say it. I didn't expect you to because it's not something you would do or it's not something I would do. But it's definitely something dogs can be used for. Bring them to a park. Dogs can be used to pick up chicks.
That is true. Dogs,
Dogs
they
are
attract people.
They attract people. They attract nice people. And I will say, if you bring a dog to a park and you're single, if a cute lady walks up to you, there's a good chance she's going to be single.
Good way to break the ice.
Right. Dogs, natural icebreaker. Dogs kind of get your foot in the door. And then you can happily be replaced 6 hours into the relationship.
Exactly.
And then once y'all break up, she'll take the dog.
Now you're sad.
Now you're alone and sad. Picking up chicks is the best with a dog, isn't it?
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I do have one honorable mention I wanted to mention. I don't think, because he's not well, it's a famous dog again, but he's not well known enough to be on my top 5.
Who?
His name was Mayor Max.
Oh my God.
He was elected in 2012, elected the mayor of Idlewild, California. He then died a year later.
Was he assassinated?
What did the town do when he died? They elected his son, Mayor Max 2, as the mayor. It's a golden retriever. lineage of mayors in this town.
Oh my God, that is terrible.
And I love it. As I said, he's not well known enough to be in my top 5, but I just had to mention him.
Okay, well, if you're giving it top 5, I'm gonna give one top 5, and I just
Honorable mention, you mean?
honorable mention. I'm sorry. This is it. When a dog just walks up to you, and when they want attention, the head and the lap move.
Yes.
Just laying their head down. They're like, "Hey, please pet me."
Talk to me.
Yeah, just give me something. That was an honorable mention. I seriously considered putting it on my list. It just there was too many better things when you're throwing out humor. So
let's recap it. My number 1 was dogs are a man's best friend. My number 2 is the dog's humor. My number 3 is dog jobs. They can work. Number 4, Air Bud, the most famous and best athletic dog we've ever seen. And number 5, the numerous dog memes.
And my number 1 is their unconditional love. Number 2 is their loyalty. Number 3 are the zoomies. 4 is playing fetch. And 5 is picking up chicks, dying a lonely, lonely life.
There you have it. Dogs.